This is Alysha Schertz, reporter for BizTimes Milwaukee. I'm here today to speak with Rick Graber, who has returned to Milwaukee and to Reinhart Boerner Van Deuren law firm after serving as the U.S. ambassador to the Czech Republic. Rick, welcome back to Milwaukee.
Thank you very much. Nice to be with you.
Let's start with your service as ambassador. What was the most memorable moment of your time over there?
It was an incredible 2.5 years, but if I had to point out just one thing that was memorable, I think it was it involved visas for Czech citizens. One of the biggest irritants in the bilateral relations between Czechs and Americans were the fact that Americans didn't need a visa to go to the Czech Republic, but Czechs needed a visa to come to the United States, and it really bothered the Czechs, and I think for good reason. When we got there, there was really no hope of changing that, but during the 2.5 years, we were able to change the law in the United States, enter into a lot of agreements through our embassy, and on November 17th of 2008, the first Czech citizen boarded an airplane for New York without a visa. And that was a great accomplishment, and it really did strengthen the bonds of friendship between Czechs and Americans.
Interesting. With your return, you're no longer CEO of Reinhart. What will your new position be, and why did you decide to return to the firm?
Well, I'll be working very hard in our firm's corporate department and international department. I'm really going to focus a lot of my time on representing companies, United States companies doing business in Europe, particularly Central and Eastern Europe, and also representing countries in Central and Eastern Europe who want to do business in the United States. I gained a tremendous amount of knowledge in terms of how to do business in those countries. They're emerging democracies, particularly in Central and Eastern Europe. I have great business contacts, also great contacts within government. I think I can really add a lot of value to companies on both sides of the Atlantic in their businesses. Why Reinhart? This is a place where I worked for 26 years. This is a firm that I know very well, and I think it's a wonderful platform not only to represent the firm's clients in those endeavors, but also to build the firm's international presence in many ways.
Will your experiences as ambassador overseas somehow help you in your job at Reinhart?
Well, I think there's no question. I mean, I think I'm uniquely positioned after that service for 2.5 years to do some things that many law firms probably can't do. I did have an opportunity to work closely with American businesses that were invested in the Czech Republic. As I said, I've came to know the leaders of government throughout Central and Eastern Europe. And I think that combination of business knowledge and government knowledge can benefit clients greatly. I look forward to working with them.
There has been speculation that when you return, you would possibly run for governor of Wisconsin in 2010. Is that still a possibility?
Those aren't in my plans right now. I care deeply about the state of Wisconsin. I think the leadership of Wisconsin is important. I understand more than ever how global and how competitive the world is, and the role that Wisconsin has to play in that, and the steps that it has to take. I'll stay involved in politics, but I don't think I'll be a candidate in 2010.
You are a former chairman of the Wisconsin Republican Party and a former member of the Republican National Committee.
Yes.
In recent past, there has been some disarray in the party in terms of leadership and direction of the Republican Party. What is your take on what the party needs to recover some of that lost ground?
There's no question Republicans have had some tough elections. And I was gone for both of those elections, but certainly paid close attention. It always comes down to people. It's leadership. It's finding good candidates. It's people who can articulate the Republican vision. I think Congressman Paul Ryan from Wisconsin is a prime example of what the Republican Party needs. And Paul Ryan is not just saying no. Paul Ryan is coming up with ideas that he thinks will better serve the country. Politics is a pendulum. It goes back and forth. And now, after 8 years of a Republican administration, the pendulum has swung towards the Democrats. It'll swing back to Republicans, as it always does. But it is going to take strong leaders like Paul Ryan to accomplish that.
Lastly, is there anything that seems different about Milwaukee since you came back, or?
you fall quickly back into your old routines and your old patterns, and it's always nice to come home. We led what was an incredible couple of years. It really wasn't a normal life at all. So just being back in our own home, being back with friends, being back with family is great. It's nice to be home, and I hope that I can contribute to this community and to this state in meaningful ways in the future.
Definitely. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much.